Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on SGDH, SGD Holdings Limited. Before I get started, I would like to note to please check my IRP disclaimer. With that being said, did this one back on this day right here. So actually what I'll do is I'll just kind of go and show what the chart looked like the last time I did do it. But the reason I did it at that time was there was some nice news out. And the big volume surge, so it was one of those things where is this a truly strong move? There's a lot of questions at that point in time. The 50-day was just starting to curl up, as you can see there. So another big question was, is the medium-term trend about to go bullish? Because just because you see something slightly curl up like that, that doesn't automatically mean that at this point in time the medium-term trend was bullish. But since then, you can see that the price is held, and if you were watching that, let's just go back and do that again. Just watch how this continues to grow and go upwards. So the question of, was this really a trigger for a medium-term uptrend? This now should have answered the question right there. The trend in the medium term is clearly up. Now, depending on, for most penny traders, they would consider this a long-term uptrend, but since we're looking at this from a technical perspective, most traders will use the 50-day as the medium term, and then they use the 200-day simple moving average as the long term. But either way, that's all kind of trivial. The bottom line is the chart's been putting in higher lows and continues to do so. The last time I did it, I know I talked about how preferably if the 3 cent level could hold, that would be great, just because that was the previous big resistance here. And sure enough, so far so good. The bulls have really held on to that, and it's been doing a great job of holding enough support. You can see that a couple times the bears try to push down through, but the bulls weren't having any of it. And actually for the past week, it hasn't even gone down that low. It's been consolidating very tightly. And then just recently, the past couple of days, you can see down here, volume has been increasing. Sure, nothing like over here. But the point isn't the size of the volume, it's just the fact that the volume has been increasing, and better yet, the price has been reacting with it accordingly. So what's the current pattern right now? What's going on with the chart? Well, this chart's really one that's basically almost kind of mirrors itself, time after time. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we go through, and I'll just draw these very crudely, but you'll get the point. So we had a big move here, and then we had kind of a flag formation before the next move up. Had a big move here, then you can see another flag formation. Once more, big move up, and once more sitting in this flag-like formation. Haven't broken out of it yet, but the point being, you can see that the chart, acts very healthy and acts like something you'd seen in a textbook, where a big move happens, it consolidates, big move happen, it consolidates, big move happens, and it's consolidating. And then the other reason why you could put it directly in a textbook is if you look during each form or each time of consolidation, you can see that volume drops off big time, and that's exactly what you want to see during consolidation. You want to see volume be much lower compared to the actual breakout day. So, really acting very nicely from just the overall perspective. Now, like I had mentioned, right now what we have in resistance is basically the top portion of this pattern. So if I connect these two highs, this is the current resistance level right now within the pattern. The support, like I'd already mentioned, is 3 cents, and it's been doing a great job of holding. So if we shrink up a little bit, we can see that with a break out of this current pennant pattern, we do have the 200-day simple moving average up here at 0.045. Not the I'm sure not the thing that most people would want to see, but in order for the long-term chart to go bullish, we're going to have to battle this guy up here at some point in time and get above him. So I'd say now is better than later. So I know this can scare and kind of be worrisome, but it's one of those kind of battles, one of those bridges that need to be crossed. And as the price continues to trend upwards, it's pretty much been on a collision course ever since back here in December, where the price bottomed out and then has been trending upwards ever since. So I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Just know that we're right up next to this resistance here, and then the next resistance is up at 0.045. And then after that, things really start to thin out, as you can see. But one bite at a time, one step at a time. First let's get out of here, the current chart pattern, and then we can address things as time goes by. But the chart's definitely taking its time and no rush, and that's the way to be. Get some healthy consolidations under your belt before making new pushes upwards. Make sure that the chart doesn't get overextended or anything like that. So it's definitely one worth watching the rest of this week. If there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, once more, this was SGDH. Thanks for listening.